everyone, welcome to this updated video. I trust and hope you're doing amazing. So today is the last day of 2024. We're about to head into a brand new year, and I do hope that this is a year that's going to be filled with prosperity for you, good health, and also your loved ones. So I really hope that 2025 will be an amazing year. And in terms of the weather activity, we're going to be looking at that for today, but a pretty decent cool down is on its way. We've been talking about it for some time, so we're going to be looking at the details in regards to what our main models have to show for it. So let's get on with it. As we look at the satellite imagery here, we can see this blob of all that shower and thunderstorm activity noted in the southwestern Caribbean and just within the vicinity of Central America. So it's been quite active in this area. It will remain active throughout much of today. And then across much of our eastern islands, there's some overcast conditions, maybe with some downpours at times. So there is quite a bit of moisture within that area as well. Now, as we're going to be heading throughout today in terms of the rainfall activity, this is what the Euro model is anticipating. And the more color we see indicates more rainfall and expected for today, higher rain totals. So we can see that for Central America. Again, we've got that blob within the area. So for parts of Panama, Costa Rica, Nicaragua, especially in the east, Honduras as well, and even the offshore islands, San Andres, Providencia, we're seeing those colorful shadings, those oranges, those reds. So there could be up to an inch or just around an inch of rain within that general area at maximum today. Rainfall amounts will likely be higher for parts of Colombia, especially towards the Pacific coast, because we see some of those burgundies and those purples showing up as well. So maybe going up to 2 to 3 inches of rainfall activity for some areas. Heading further north towards the vicinity of El Salvador, parts of Guatemala, Belize, the Keys, the Bay Islands, there could be some showers loitered around today for sure. Nothing crazy expected though. And then as we head to parts of the Northern Caribbean, Cuba, Jamaica, the Cayman Islands, much of Hispaniola, and even going out to the Bahamas and Turks and Caicos Islands. For the most part, a lot of rain is not expected today, so there could be a few showers around here and there. Same thing for much of the Florida Peninsula. And then going towards the Virgin Islands, Puerto Rico, in sections of the Lesser Antilles, similar story, passing showers likely today. And then for the ABC Islands, there is quite a bit of moisture in the area, so there could be some downpours at times. For parts of southern Venezuela, parts of Guyana, Suriname, and French Guiana, there could be some periods of heavy rainfall today, especially as we head into the afternoon with all that convective activity that would normally take place due to the daytime heating. Now, in terms of the Lesser Antilles, there's also been a bit of seismic activity within that area last night and even early this morning. So there were 2 earthquakes, minor quakes at that. So first we had a magnitude 3.9 earthquake that was just offshore St. Vincent. So the epicenter of the quake was offshore. And then there was also a magnitude 3.6 quake earlier this morning just offshore Dominica and Martinique, more so Dominica. So there was some shaking around. Again, nothing too unusual. The Caribbean is a seismically active region, so we continually get these smaller earthquakes from time to time. The bigger ones are a lot less common. But yeah, this is not something out of the norm. We just got to know what to do, how to act in the event of an earthquake to ensure that we protect ourselves and even our loved ones as much as possible. So there were 2 earthquakes between last night and this morning, a couple others as well around the vicinity of Hispaniola and Puerto Rico, but those are very, very minor earthquakes within the magnitude 2 to 3 range. Now, I had mentioned that cool down. Let's talk about it. Here we're looking at the temperature anomaly map from GFS. Now this is for Sunday, the 5th of January 2025. So that's this coming Sunday. And the blue going to those purple shadings we see indicate below normal temperatures. The whites indicate that the temperature might be pretty much normal. And then the oranges, the reds indicate above normal temperatures. Now, as we're going to be heading into the new week, here we can see that all this cool air is expected to be making its way down to parts of the Northern Caribbean. So even for the Bahamas, Turks and Caicos, Bermuda, Cuba, the Cayman Islands, Jamaica, maybe even parts of Central America will experience this dip in temperatures, maybe by a couple degrees. So that will be behind a frontal system, which is going to be making its way out of the U.S. Ahead of the frontal boundary, we get the rainfall activity And after the boundary passes, we get that change in wind direction, those stronger winds as well, the cooler air, and also those rougher seas out there. And then even as we're going to be heading later in January, we can see that more cooler air is expected to make its way to the Caribbean. So another cool down is likely to follow right behind that one, with just a couple of days difference. So that would be around the 12th of January, and even the Euro model is in agreement with this next cool down, although the model is showing that the cooler air could arrive for parts of the Caribbean maybe around 3 days earlier or so. So guys, that is what is anticipated in terms of that next cool down for the region. Not something strange. This is typically what we would anticipate, especially in the month of January, which we're about to hop into. So that's essentially what I wanted to bring to your attention in this updates video. A couple minor earthquakes around. There's also going to be that rate increase for some areas, some heavy rain possible, and also the upcoming cool down, which is likely to decrease temperatures across parts of the North Caribbean by a couple degrees Celsius. So I'll continue to keep you guys posted as necessary, and I do hope you found this update to be quite informative. And if you have any additional questions though, please feel free to leave them in the comments. I'll get to you when I can. And I really do hope that you have a happy new year when it arrives. And remember to always be weatherwise.